Lave Radio, episode 200, part C. We do the episode because they couldn't be bothered to. In this week's episode, we get a bathroom update from Cow. We discuss the latest development news. We chew the fat on the way we'd like the game to work if it didn't work the way it does. We slap ourselves on the back by reading out some iTunes reviews. Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to episode 200, part C of Lave Radio, the show that talks about the universe of Elite and the fantastic community that surrounds it in a highly unstructured and disorganised way. Joining me in the Orange Sidewinder for this episode are some people with microphones that only work intermittently. So what have we all been up to this week? Some tiles were laid in Grant's bathroom, but one of the suppliers let him down. Ben has been slogging through deep space on some expedition or other, and Chan has been blowing up noobs using an anonymous Sidewinder. Commander Souverain has been getting married, and Phoenix Defire has been repairing miniature ships after an accident involving a cup of tea. Fozza has a long and involving story about a children's party that uses up the next 25 minutes of airtime. Let's go for an advert break. Eddie Lee Wise, Colin McGrath, Fish. The latest news from the Pilots Federation. There's another of those interstellar initiatives that are supposed to be more interesting than community goals, but are really just community goals. There's allegedly much more interesting news just around the corner, but unfortunately, the corner is a very long way away. Come back to Lavecon 2020 and Lave Radio episode 300 to hear more. Main discussion. We spent so long talking about bathrooms and children's parties that we don't have time for a main discussion this week. But Sean doesn't understand why the galaxy can't be more like World of Warcraft. And Ben is confused about something simple. If Alan is present, he'd like to discuss game loops and mention Phoenix Point at length. Let's go for another advert break. Really big gas tank, onion head, in the style of train spotting. It's time for the shout-outs. We've had a lovely 5-star iTunes review this week. Mr. C. Forrester writes, Lave Radio is my favourite podcast about a 1-to-1 scale simulation of the entire Milky Way galaxy that's broadcast live on a Tuesday night and always features at least one Scot. It was good to hear Fozza on the show. He is my favourite presenter and his stories about children's parties are so amusing. Lavecon 2019 is from the 5th to the 7th of July. At the Sedgebrook Hall Hotel, and if you are only just hearing about this now, I'm afraid you are too late. Except for the raffle. And that was this week's episode of Lave Radio. Lave Radio, we keep trotting out the same tired old formula, so you don't have to.